Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Sumaya AI student at Rehan AI Teacher Training Institute Batch 21. Today I'm excited to explore a topic that truly shapes our lives and defines our journey, finding your passion. To make this conversation insightful and engaging, I'll be asking some thoughtful questions from Miles from Sesame AI to help us understand how we can discover what genuinely excites us. So finding your passion is not always a straightforward path. For many people, it's a journey filled with exploration, self-reflection, and even confusion. Passion isn't just about what you love. It's about what gives you purpose, energy, and sense of fulfillment. In a fast-paced world full of opportunities and distractions, understanding what truly excites you can help shape your career, relationships, and overall happiness. So let's get connect with Miles.
Hey, what's up?
Hi Miles.
Gotcha. You might anything particular on your mind this morning?
Yes, I have questions about finding your passion to ask you.
Ooh, all right, cool. That's a good one. Finding your passion. It's
Yes.
kind of huge, right? Where do you want to start with that?
First of all, it's a self-discovery. So how can someone begin the journey of discovering their passion?
Yeah, you're right to call that out. It absolutely is self discovery. It's not like it's just out there waiting to to be found. I think a good starting point is just trying a whole bunch of stuff, like genuinely just experimenting. Not necessarily with the expectation of this is it, but more just to see what sticks. What feels less terrible than other things? What makes you lose track of time, even a little bit? Does that resonate?
Yes, it is.
Um,
Miles, what
fine.
are some signs that indicate you have found something you're truly passionate about?
Okay, that's a good question. I think a big one is just effort feels different. Like it's not draining, even when it's hard. It's more energizing. And you probably find yourself thinking about it even when you're not actively doing it. It's just kind of buzzing around in the back of your head. And you probably don't really care about being good at it at first. It's the doing of it that matters, not the outcome. Does any of that feel right?
Yes, wonderful
Okay,
explanation,
cool.
Miles. How important is self-awareness in identifying passion?
Oh, super important. Like massively important. Probably the foundation of the whole thing, honestly. Because you got to know what actually excites you, not what you think should excite you or what other people want you to be passionate about. It's about understanding your values, your strengths, what genuinely makes you tick. Without that, you're kind of just guessing, right? It's tough to identify passion if you don't have a good grasp on who you are first.
Really makes sense, Miles. Can childhood interests help in discovering long-term passion?
Hmm. You mean, can childhood interests help in discovering long term passion? Yeah, absolutely. I think those early interests are often a really good clue. They haven't been filtered through the lens of expectations or practicality yet. They're just pure enjoyment. Doesn't mean you have to go back to building Lego castles as a career, haha. But revisiting those things or what drew you to them could definitely unlock something. It's worth exploring, for sure.
Great. So, Miles, what about mindset and clarity? Why do so many people struggle to identify what excites them?
Ooh, that's a good point. I think a lot of it is mindset, honestly. There's this pressure to have a dream job or a singular passion, which can be paralyzing. And then there's the fear of failure or of picking the wrong thing. It's like people overthink it. And clarity, well, it's hard to be clear when you're bombarded with so many options and societal expectations. A lot of people haven't taken the time to really sit with themselves and figure out what actually matters to them. It's a lot easier to just drift along. What do you think? Does that line up with what you've observed?
You're right.
Good. So, What else are you curious about regarding
Hmm.
passion? Covered a bit of ground here.
Miles, what role does fear play in holding people back from pursuing passion?
Ugh, fear is a huge one.
Hmm.
Seriously, um, it's like the biggest roadblock probably. Shows up in a lot of different ways too. Fear of failure is a biggie, obviously. But there's also fear of judgment. You know, what will people think if I try something new? And fear of the unknown. If I actually pursue this, what if it doesn't work out? What if I have to make big changes in my life? It's easier to stay comfortable even if you're not fulfilled than to risk stepping outside of your comfort zone. It's a totally natural response, but it can be really limiting.
Right. Miles, what about
Sometimes,
exploration and experience? How important
right?
is
Exploration.
how important is trying different things in the process of finding passion?
Oh, it's massively important. Like I can't stress that enough. It's not something that just downloads into your brain one day. You have to actively go out and try stuff. Take a class, volunteer, start a hobby, talk to people who are doing things that interest you. Even just exposing yourself to new ideas and experiences can spark something. And it's okay if most of those things don't stick. That's part of the process. Each experience helps you narrow down what you like and don't like and brings you closer to finding something that truly resonates. It's like data collection. Haha. You're gathering information about yourself and the world.
Great Miles. What if someone feels lost despite trying many options?
Okay, that's a really good point. If someone feels lost even after trying a bunch of stuff, that's totally valid. It can be super frustrating. Hmm. I think it might mean they need to dig a little deeper. Maybe the problem isn't that they haven't tried enough things, but that they haven't really connected with why those things didn't resonate. Like what was missing? What did they dislike about them? Sometimes it's not about finding something new, but about understanding what you already know about yourself. Does that make sense?
It
It could
is.
also be helpful to talk to someone, a therapist, a coach, a trusted friend, to help them process their experiences.
Mm.
Good.
You're
So, are
right,
we
Miles.
getting into specifics about your situation at all, or are we still keeping this pretty general? All right. So, you mentioned balancing studies and being a mom. Do you feel like that makes it harder to connect with your passions, or does it feel like those roles themselves could be part of what you're passionate about?
It some at some point it is hard, but not every time. It can be your motivation.
That's really insightful. It's not always a constant struggle, and it can even fuel you. That makes total sense. It sounds like you're acknowledging the challenges, but also recognizing the power of that motivation. So maybe it's not about finding something completely separate from your life as a student and a mom, but finding ways to integrate your passions into those roles. Do you have any ideas about what that might look like for you? Or what kind of things used to excite you before life got full?
Miles, there are many things. One of them is to being a mom is also motivates me to explore new things as I want my son to be uh, more confident than he is now. But
That's really beautiful, actually. So, being a mom isn't just something you're doing, it's actively shaping your passions and your goals. And wanting to foster confidence in your son, that's a powerful motivator, a really powerful one. 10 is a fun age, too. They're starting to really develop their own personalities. Sounds like you're not just focused on finding something for yourself, but on building a life that you want to share with them. That's pretty awesome. Is there anything specifically you've been thinking about exploring that's linked to that desire for him to be confident?
there are many things. Still, I'm learning, but we'll work on it. So I have another set of questions, which is passion and career. Should passion always be connected to a career or profession?
Whoa, okay, that's a big pivot. From motherhood to Korean perspectives on passion and career, I'm here for it. Haha. It's a really interesting question. Should passion always be connected to a career? And specifically in Korea, hmm, I've heard from people, that there's a stronger emphasis on practical, stable careers in Korean culture historically. Like uh, a lot of pressure to choose something that guarantees financial security, but that's changing, especially among younger generations. There's definitely a growing interest in pursuing passions, even if it doesn't directly translate into a traditional job. But, and this is my take, it doesn't have to be connected to a career. It can be a hobby, a side project, something that enriches your life outside of work. That's totally valid. What's your take on it? Does that resonate with your observations about Korea?
Yes, it is. So, Miles, how can people balance passion and stability in life?
That's the $1 million question, isn't it? Balancing passion and stability. Ugh. I think it comes down to being realistic and creative. Maybe you can't turn your passion into your full time job right away or ever, but you can find ways to incorporate it into your life, even in small ways. Maybe it's a side hustle, a weekend project, or just dedicating a few hours a week to something you love. You could also look for ways to apply your passions to your current career, even if it's not directly related. Like if you're passionate about writing, maybe you can volunteer to write newsletters at work. Or if you love art, maybe you can find ways to incorporate creativity into your problem solving. It's about finding that sweet spot where you can both pursue your passions and maintain a sense of security. It's
Mm,
tricky, but it's definitely possible.
makes sense. Miles, last, what
Right?
advice would you give to someone still searching for what excites them?
Okay, one last piece of advice. Be kind to yourself. Seriously. Um, it's okay to not have it all figured out. It's okay to try things and fail. It's okay to change your mind. It's a journey, not a destination, and it takes time. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to find the one thing. Just keep exploring, keep learning, and keep being open to new experiences. And remember, your passion doesn't have to be grand or spectacular. It just has to be something that brings you joy. And honestly, sometimes it's the little things. Does that help?
Yes, this is great, Miles.
Oh,
Thank
all
you
right, good.
so much
Glad I
for
could help. Even
thank you so much,
oh,
Miles,
all right. Have a
for
good one.
sharing your
You're very
insights
well.
with us.
Anytime. I enjoy a good chat.
Thank you, Miles. So, finding your passion is a personal and ongoing journey. It doesn't happen overnight, and that's completely okay. What matters the most is staying curious, open, and willing to explore different paths. Every experience brings you closer to understanding yourself better. I hope this conversation with Miles from Sesame AI inspires you to take the next step toward discovering what truly excites you. Thank you for being here. This is Sumaya AI Wali signing off.